High energy. High energy.
Trying to wake up.
Bringing the energy, bringing the vibes.
It's 11 o'clock. And we're still recording.
Here we go. It's a marathon. Not a sprint, but a sprinted marathon in our case.
Why are you talking like Batman?
This is my voice. What are you talking about?
Oh, God.
Oh, God. The wine is flowing. We got some fan shout-outs.
Shout out.
Three shout-outs. Shout out to Jason, Evan, and Andrew. What's up, guys?
Yes, love them so much. So glad I got to meet their souls.
They're going to be our future managers of this
Are
podcast.
they? I didn't know that.
They're going to be our future staff. You just wait.
Wow.
They're providing us with questions. They were listening to episodes, giving feedback.
Wow.
Good feedback. It was good. They were, that's why, huge shout out.
Oh my God.
In fact, you know what? I don't want to discredit any previous listeners. Anyone I've shouted out thus far has all given really good feedback.
Uh-huh.
So, anyone who has given us feedback, I love all you guys.
Love all of you.
So, we didn't really get into the wedding last episode.
Last episode, I was fucking bawling. So,
Yeah.
the wedding was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
No one threw fucking stones at me because of my outfit.
The whole outfit situation.
Loved it.
Okay.
I loved my outfits.
Did you like how the
I
pictures
felt
looked?
amazing. Yes. Why? You didn't like how the pictures looked?
I'm just making sure you did. Ooh.
I'm about to start my period, okay?
Oh God, I think they know that
Don't
from
forget
last
it.
episode.
Don't forget it.
Yeah, in case you didn't. There you go.
I'm feisty. Don't fucks
Well, by
with
the
me.
time this episode airs, you would have already started it.
Yes.
In theory.
Yes, I'll be finishing it, and I'll be back on the light tampons,
Yeah.
the little tampons. And we stop using the ultra fucking wide pussy vagina tampons.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I've just got a heavy flow. My period's very short, and I always talk about this. It's very short, so I need the big tampons because it just all comes rushing out like a fucking the Hoover Dam broke down.
So the wedding was great.
The wedding
My
was
speech
great.
was a hit.
I wore red like period blood.
Oh my God. So it meshed well, so you wouldn't know the difference.
Joe's speech was great. He did a sexual dance. He humped
To
the
the
floor.
Pussycat Dolls.
Because my pole dancing classes have just really affected his inner self.
They just resonated with
Yeah.
me in such a way that, you know.
And beforehand, we were like, okay, do this. Make sure you go on the floor. Hump, hump, hump. Slap the booty.
And she wanted me to do that, and I said, no, we were in the hotel room. I was like, no, what if I just get on the floor like this? And I started humping the ground. She's like, oh yes, do that.
Yes, Channing Tatum vibes.
Channing Tatum.
It was
Magic
perfect.
Joe. Magic Joe.
Yeah.
Clip is posted. I should post it to the RelationSHIT Show podcast page. I
Oh,
just
of course.
posted it to my own.
Why don't you post my pole dancing to it? We'll get a lot of views.
Maybe. Oh my God, we're gonna get the wrong kind of views for that.
That's all right. We'll take what we can get, huh?
Oh my God, we're getting all sorts of weird sponsorships.
Hey.
Anyways.
I'm selling my used underwear if you're interested.
Jesus. You can pay to watch her eat food and become fat.
Yeah, Joe's my feeder.
Oh my God. Anyways. The topic of today
Is
oh, I almost forgot it. So it is, what is a trait,
traits.
or traits you love about a person? I guess this is supposed to pertain more to the beginning of the relationship, that you could see 5 years, 10 years down the line, it becoming a cumbersome or a pain in the butt.
I don't think it was even a trait you love. It's a trait that you're tolerating right now because you're in love with that person that might just make you want to punch a baby in 5 years or more.
I feel like we've already had that.
We have?
I'm trying to think what mine is.
I have plenty.
I mean, mine easily is the reflection. Wait a minute. You have plenty? Hold up. I am an angel. Okay? I am an angel. See this halo around my head? Angel. So what is it? You seem to have so
I
many.
have a few.
Oh boy, here we go. Let's start with 2.
Okay, so one of the things that bothers me is when I come home, and I've told this to you from the beginning, and I kind of have been like, I go up and down about it because I'm like, well, this is just how he is. I should just accept it and I can't change him, and I have to figure it out for myself. But so I get so irritated when I come home, and I've been like so excited to be home, and I'm like, "Hi, Joe," and silence, just nothing. Puts his headphones on, or I'll come home, I'll start cooking dinner, and I'll be like, "Okay, Joe, dinner's ready." Like I try to be like, okay, he didn't come down to say hi to me, but if I have food, then he's not a words of affirmation guy, so maybe if I try acts of service by cooking dinner, he'll come down and be excited, and then I say dinner's ready, and then you won't come down, and so I just eat dinner alone. And I just kind of am like, okay, well, what's the next thing I can do? Maybe the next love language, physical touch. Then we go upstairs, try to do, still.
Oh, please.
Still, like, sometimes
please.
Doesn't acknowledge that I exist. And I have to go, hello, I exist.
Here's
which is
the thing.
so.
Hold up. Pump the
okay,
brakes.
can I finish first?
All right, finish.
Okay. And so, then I try, okay, let me try something else. Let me try words of affirmation. I say, oh, Joe, how was your day? You look so nice today. Oh, was work great? And it's still like, it's just like, then by then I'll be getting like, a few answers here and there, but not the in-depth that I crave, because I'm a words of affirmation person. And so then I think, okay, well, what if I just shut the fuck up and give him quality time and just sit there, and then he falls asleep. And then this other thing that really bothers me is that sometimes I feel like I have to really like ask for things. Like sometimes you don't want to go like above and beyond, if that makes sense. So like take for example today, I asked you to cook dinner. He did it, and I was so happy. I don't want to take away from that.
Which just already shows you the flaws in everything she's just been saying.
I asked you to cook dinner.
We'll get to that.
And you wanted to make the Swedish meatballs, and I gave you the recipe for it, and you cooked it, and then I'm like, oh, where's the sauce? And you're like, oh, it's not worth it.
We didn't need the sauce. You weren't like, oh, I want the sauce. I just said I wanted the meatballs.
That's the whole meal though. It's not Swedish meatballs.
I said I wanted meatballs. I didn't say I wanted any sauce.
Well, that was the thing I made. So I was like, why couldn't you just make the sauce? Like, was it too much effort? You couldn't just make the sauce? She says that,
but she never once asked, oh, can we have the sauce with it? She said, oh, meatballs, okay.
No, I thought the Swedish meatballs always have a sauce.
So am I allowed to speak?
Yes, you're allowed to speak, and I hope that wasn't too mean.
She went in hard, so it's time to return the favor.
Okay.
So, to pretty much sum everything she set up, it all comes to, I don't like being controlled. And so all that stuff she does sums up to that. Because it's not like she tries, so this comes to two things. The controlling part, and then she likes to twist stories in her favor.
Wow.
So let me get into that now. She's gotten a lot better. She used to be a lot worse. She's gotten a lot better. So like all that stuff, like I just said with the meatballs. If I wasn't even here, she would have made that story sound way worse. She would have said, it was such a struggle to get Joe to make the meatballs, and then he didn't even really make it. She would generalize in some generic term like that, when the reality is, I just didn't want to make the sauce, but I still made the meal. No one specified wanting the sauce. I specified I only wanted the meatballs. So it's just stuff like that, little details. Mm-hmm. That's that part. The first part, the controlling part, what drives me nuts is I'm a very big person on let people do things in their own time as long as it gets done. Perfect example is, like she says, when she comes home, let's say the trash needs to get taken out. She'll say, Joe, go take the trash. You need to take the trash out. She expects it to be done right then and there. But usually I'm in the middle of either editing the podcast or listening to a podcast or just doing something in general. So you can't just expect someone to drop everything they're going to do because it's convenient for you to get it done. That's what I mean by control.
I have to do it every day to feed us.
And then that's, again, where that ties into the first thing I was saying, where she'll go to someone and say, Joe never takes out the trash when I want him to. Or, actually, no, that would be a better way to say it. She would say, Joe never takes out the trash when I ask him to. Well, no, yes, I do. I'm just going to do it once I'm ready and done with whatever I'm currently doing. I don't like being interrupted.
Which is what, in 3 days?
Mid-thought. See? Exaggeration to fit her story. Perfect example. 3 days? Not really. More like I'm just gonna do it once I'm done. If I'm in the middle of a flow and I'm editing my podcast,
or you'll be like,
make sure it's
oh,
good.
I didn't know you said that.
No. So those are my 2 P's. And that's where as you can see, the huge conflict comes in. Because we do not see eye to eye. I don't think we'll ever see eye to eye on that. I'm about let someone just do it. As long as you let them know what needs to be done and the deadline it needs to be done by, as long as it's not immediately at that moment. And then what she'll do is she'll go take out the trash in that moment and be like, and be so super stressed. Going back to last episode, she gets overly stressed about that. When in reality, I was going to take it out. I'm just in the middle of a flow doing whatever it is I was in the middle of doing, and I don't want to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I will take extreme ownership and say that sometimes I get impatient. I know I'm impatient. And so when I want something done, sometimes I just say, okay, fuck it, I'll do it myself. And then I get upset and thinking that you don't want to help me or support me or that everything is on me.
And that's the other thing. She'll take anything that I don't do, like she was listing off all the different things. Like, oh, I try to do physical touch and he doesn't respond, and I try to do quality time. She has this interpretation, I don't know if other people do this, where they like break it down, like all I'm doing in my head is just like, have a task I need to do right now. Gonna get it done. Meanwhile, in her mind, it's, he's not doing anything right now, at least nothing of importance. Why doesn't he pay attention to me? It's because he doesn't love me. Why doesn't he love me? I was too distracted by nothing. Why is it nothing? It just builds up into this whole storyline these people put in their heads. That's not a good storyline.
Okay, Joe. Well, even though maybe you say I'm exaggerating, but I do, obviously for right now, I have to pack it into one scenario. Obviously that whole thing did not happen in one day, in one night. That's a compilation of multiple nights or, throughout the last 4 years. But I do think, I'm not the only person who said maybe, you're sometimes a little in your own world.
I can be when I'm in the middle of something, for sure. If I'm ever busy, my rule is if I'm busy, and again, this is where it comes different. Like if I'm listening to a podcast, it's because I'm fully invested into listening to that. It's not like random entertainment podcasting like ours is. It's actual informational, educational stuff, either fitness or nutrition wise, that I'm really into. So if I'm listening to that, that's like being in a seminar for me. Like you wouldn't go up to someone in the middle of a seminar and be like, this dude is so tuned out in his own world.
Yeah, but how many seminars can you do a day? Can't you have time?
I'm just saying that's what it is for me. I'm just saying don't discount the way
I'm not.
that I'm listening to it.
I'm taking ownership of my flaws.
Yeah,
You're getting very defensive.
I'm not. I'm just explaining mine because you came so hard at mine.
I didn't mean to.
So I'm trying to just explain so everyone else has a clearer picture so it doesn't get too twisted. I understand I get super into what I do. And so that's why I try to fix that.
I just want you to be more engaging. Like when
I know that needs to be worked on.
People come over. And maybe, because I'm too engaging, maybe you feel like
that's
you
what it
can
is.
just...
She's very engaging, and I'm not anywhere near as engaging on her level. So she's probably using that as a comparison. So by her comparison, hell yeah, my engagement level is like -3. So that's probably the comparison is thrown off. So yeah, and I am aware. Like I just said, I'm aware there's things I need to work on.
We all have things to work on.
Yeah, that's what we do. That's why we're still...
Well, thank God one of us is engaging, or our friends would come over and just be like...
Yeah.
But Joe has his moments. Once you get him into a topic that he wants to, then he'll be like... And then you can't get him to shut the fuck up.
You know what it is in terms of engagement? I hate idle conversation. I just can't... If it's a stimulating conversation about whatever, just something worth talking about, I'll talk all day about it. I just can't do like... Hey, how are you? Good. Oh, what's new?
Yeah.
How's your job?
But you have to start there to get it rolling. You can't just be like, so tell me about your sex life.
I'm all about just jumping into that. And I think the other reason for that is because of all the podcasts I listen to, they do that. And on top of that, I'm working with, you have to keep in mind, in my business, I'm working with clients all day. For 6 hours a day.
That's a true thing.
For 6 hours a day, I have to deal with, hey, Joe, good to see you. Tell me about your day. Like even... This week, you know how many people have asked how the wedding was? I had to answer that question like 18 times.
I know.
So by the time I get home, it's like I'm so over that basic intro interaction that it's like, unless it's something like crazy interesting to say, I get zoned into my podcast because now it's time for me to listen to more substance rather than idle conversation. So.
Well, can you just acknowledge me when I get home? That's all I need.
Sure, my
It'll
love.
just set the
I
tone.
will work on it
It'll
for
just
you.
set the tone, and I'll work on controlling when I spiral out from being triggered like that.
There we go.
See? Compromise. Let's
Compromise.
shake on it.
Shake.
What kind of shake is that?
Secret handshake. Pound it. Lock it. Explode it.
Jizz
On
on
that
it.
note, we're going a little over here.
I know. Well, that was very fucking.
Yeah.
We're just on therapy.
We're on a therapy roll here. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
We'll find out. We'll find out. They're doing some market research right now. We'll see how these podcasts do. Okay, bye.
Bye.